He had private jets, billion-dollar deals, and the world at his feet. But nothing prepared him for the moment he saw his childhood friend, now disabled and forgotten, struggling to cross the street alone. Ethan Royce, a billionaire tech mogul, was used to speeding through life, chauffeured cars, board meetings, global conferences. One rainy afternoon, stuck at a red light in his bulletproof SUV, he saw something, or rather, someone, that froze time. A man in a worn-out jacket, dragging a limp leg with the help of an old cane, tried to cross the slippery road while people honked impatiently. Ethan narrowed his eyes. That walk, that face, the limp. "No way," he whispered to himself. The driver asked, "Sir, should I keep going?" Ethan shook his head. "Pull over." Getting out into the cold rain, Ethan ignored the stares. He approached the man carefully. "Liam?" The man turned slowly, clearly surprised. His eyes widened. "Ethan?" They hadn't seen each other in over 20 years. Liam had once been the brightest guy in their high school, ambitious, funny, full of dreams. But now, standing in front of Ethan, he looked like life had been nothing but unkind. Liam smiled weakly. "Didn't think you'd remember a guy like me." Ethan didn't just remember him. He owed him. Back in school, when Ethan was broke, bullied, and mocked, Liam was the only one who stood by him. The only friend who made him believe in himself. Now Liam's leg was stiff, his hands slightly trembling, and his backpack looked like it hadn't been replaced in years. "Let's go get coffee," Ethan said. "I can't afford—" "My treat," Ethan interrupted gently, guiding his old friend to the car. But what started as a simple coffee catch-up was about to change both their lives forever. Inside a cozy cafe, far from the rain and chaos outside, Liam cradled the warm cup in his weathered hands. He looked nervous, but thankful. Ethan studied him quietly, his sunken cheeks, the tired lines around his eyes, the way he kept shifting uncomfortably in the chair, trying to hide the pain in his leg. "So, what happened?" Ethan finally asked, voice low. Liam let out a soft laugh. "Life. It happened fast, and not in a good way." Years ago, Liam had been on track to become a lawyer, but just after college, his mother got sick. He dropped everything to care for her. He worked nights, studied during the day, but never finished law school. And then, one night, on his way back from work, a car ran a red light and hit him. The driver sped off. Liam was left in the rain, unconscious. When he woke up, his leg would never be the same. "No compensation, no justice, just medical bills, a limp, and silence," Liam said, forcing a smile. Ethan clenched his jaw. He couldn't believe it. The world had failed Liam over and over. "What about work now?" Ethan asked gently. "I clean an office building at night," Liam admitted. "Pays just enough for rent and medicine. I try not to complain." Ethan was stunned. This was the guy who once gave him half his lunch every day, who encouraged him to build apps when no one else cared. And now he was just existing, not living. But as Liam finished his coffee and stood to leave, still smiling, Ethan made a decision. "You're not going back to that job tonight," Ethan said. "Why not?" Liam asked, confused. "Because you're coming home with me." Liam blinked. "Ethan, No excuses. Let me do for you what you did for me, when I had nothing." Liam's eyes glistened, but he stayed quiet. He nodded. What Liam didn't know was that Ethan had much more than just a warm bed waiting for him. He had a plan that would rewrite Liam's entire future. Liam followed Ethan into the sleek glass building that stretched high above the city, the headquarters of Ethan's billion-dollar tech company. He looked around in disbelief, eyes wide as they walked past employees who greeted Ethan with respectful nods. But Liam felt out of place, clutching the strap of his worn-out bag, trying to shrink into the background. "I don't understand. Why are we here?" he asked. Ethan smiled and guided him into his private office, a space filled with sunlight, modern furniture, and a huge wall lined with whiteboards filled with ideas. "This," Ethan said, gesturing around, "this exists because of you." Liam blinked. "What do you mean?" "In college, you gave me your laptop when mine broke. You said, 'You're going to change the world, and I just want a front row seat.' That small act, it built this. Without you, none of this would exist." Liam opened his mouth, but no words came out. Ethan continued, his voice steady. "I've been thinking. We just opened a new Tech for Good branch. It's for people who need second chances. I want you to run it with me, not as a janitor, not as a favor." As a partner, Liam looked stunned. "Ethan, I haven't coded in years. I'm not—" "You're smart. You're loyal. You're someone who gets it, and I'll help you catch up. We'll do it together, just like old times." Silence stretched between them as the weight of Ethan's offer sank in. Liam stared at the floor, then at Ethan. "You really think I can do this?" "I know you can," Ethan said. "You just need someone to believe in you again." And for the first time in years, Liam did believe, because someone was finally fighting for him. But Ethan wasn't finished. He had one more surprise, one that would bring Liam's journey full circle in the most unexpected way. A few months later, the office of the new Tech for Good branch buzzed with energy. People from all walks of life, ex-convicts, school dropouts, and struggling single parents, sat at computers, learning how to code and build apps, mentored by a team that Liam had helped hire and train. And there was Liam, standing confidently at the front of the room, explaining a new project to the team. He wore a sharp blazer now, but his humble smile hadn't changed. He still arrived early, made coffee for the interns, and took time to talk to every new face. But the biggest surprise came that afternoon. Ethan walked into the office holding a framed photo. "Thought you'd want this on your wall," he said. Liam looked at it, and his eyes welled up. It was an old picture from college. Liam and Ethan sitting under a tree, scribbling ideas in notebooks, laughing about how one day they'd start something big. "You kept this?" Liam asked, voice cracking. "I kept everything," Ethan replied, "because I knew one day we'd build something together. And now we are." Just then, a woman walked into the room holding a toddler. It was the same little girl who had smiled at Liam in the lobby that day, the daughter of one of the employees Liam had personally mentored and hired. The woman looked at Liam with tears in her eyes and said, "Thank you. You changed our lives." Liam knelt, smiled at the child, and whispered, "Just paying it forward." The man once forgotten had become a light for others. And though his journey began in silence and struggle, it ended in impact and inspiration. The billionaire may have changed his life, but Liam had gone on to change many more.